2024 Cosmic Chrome Baseball comes out this Friday, October 11th, and Topps has finally published the pack odds. So we can go in and look at the numbers and see what we can expect if we rip a full case, which we are going to be doing over on Whatnot on release day. I've got that full case coming in. Because I'm a Montgomery Club member, I was able to pre-order that case, and that means that I will have the case on release day. Topps is doing the pre-order, or actually just the order for everybody else. It's a lottery system that takes place on Friday the 11th, so the majority of people are not going to be getting boxes shipped to them, let alone in their hands, until the week of the 13th, 14th, 15th. We'll see how long it takes Topps to get people cards, but by having Montgomery Club, I'm going to be able to rip on opening day. We've got the full case we are doing a rip and flip with. If you guys are new here, basically the rip and flip is I take on all the risk. I open the boxes live on a stream over on Whatnot, and then I flip the singles right there. So we open the box and sell the singles right there live. I personally like this. I'm not big into breaking. I don't love the gamble. I like knowing that I'm adding a card to my collection that I'm excited about. And, this lets my audience do just that. They, rather than buying a expensive spot in a break where they might skunk, they can buy a card for their collection where they are just going to be happy with that card and that price. So it's a little risky for me, obviously. I mean, if we hit a monster, it works out really, really well. But if we have a dud case, which we'll see what the odds are on the case in just a second, then it could be a loss. But we don't do it all just for the money. It's a lot of fun. It's really, really great. We'll be live for, 4 or 5 hours ripping through this case and selling those singles. It's really fun. For Topps Chrome, we did this. It was really, really good. Looking forward to doing it for some more. And as I said, I've also got one extra box coming in. I'm going to be ripping that here just for some content, so that should be really fun. Let's hop on over, though, and check out those pack odds and see what we should expect this Friday when we rip into that full case. So I have everything here. Starting off on the left, we've got our base set. Now, this is the base set of cards. It's a checklist of 200 cards, and it looks like in each box you're going to get basically 2 refractors and then 1 nucleus refractor. The 1 nucleus refractor was similar to last year what they did. It's basically like the scope parallel. Looks awesome. Really, really collectible. But then you've also got all of the different other parallels. The white hole, the aqua equinox, purple nebula, and so on. So in total, out of a full case, you should expect to see 67 roughly parallels. Now, of course, 36 of those are going to be those just base refractors and nucleus refractors, which are non-numbered parallels. But that means you're going to see about 30 numbered cards per case, which is pretty solid. Now, if you're opening an individual box, of course, you're going to start to kind of see what you're going to get in terms of, these white hole, aqua equinox, etc. You should still see 2 or 3 numbered parallels per box, which is pretty solid. Obviously, you're going to get more out of a case, but 2 to 3 numbered parallels per box, not bad. And of course, that's an example of what you're going to look like. The base cards will look like. Now, that's a red Galactic Ellie. That would be a huge card to hit. But that's what the base cards will look like. Of course, they're just going to be over in a regular standard Chrome stock. Moving on over into the Star Command. This is an insert set. We don't know what these will look like necessarily, but you're basically going to get 2.5 per box. It's 1 in every 8 packs. So some boxes will have 2, some boxes will have 3. 30 of those just base inserts per case. The numbered parallels on all of these inserts generally, it seems to trend that you're basically going to get maybe 1 numbered parallel of each insert per case, which isn't too bad actually. So you're going to see about 31 Star Commands in a full case. Then sliding on over into the Cosmos. This one, we actually do have a image. We've got Julio Rodriguez here. Great looking card. Very, very excited for these. It literally actually has the same pack odds as the Star Command and some of the other ones as well. You're going to get 31 per case, basically. Galactic Greatness. We don't know what this card looks like, but we do know we're going to get about 31 of them. Same thing over here for the Extraterrestrial Talent. Has the exact same pack odds. Those were really popular last year, insert-wise. Very curious to see what they look like this year. Then we get into some of the inserts that are a little rarer. The Launched into Orbit. These are die cuts normally, at least the first few years they were. You're going to get 2 of these per box. Now, the numbered parallels on these are a little bit harder to hit. As you can see, 24.5. So every other case, it seems like, is going to get a numbered parallel. So fingers crossed that we get that. What's nice though is astrologically aligned. This is another new insert. I don't know what these look like. Again, there's no preview image here, but these are also 24.5. So it seems like between the launched into orbit and the astrologically aligned, you should get one numbered parallel in that case per pack odds. Of course, there are going to be cases that have better ones and the better numbers and you beat the odds, and there will be cases that you don't beat the odds, but odds are you're going to get one numbered parallel out of these two insert sets. One of my favorites now, Stars in the Night. These are one per box, so these are a rarer insert. Not crazy rare, but you are basically going to get 12 of these. The numbered, they have some numbered parallels, but they only have a black eclipse out of 10, the red flare out of 5, and then the superfractor 1 of 1. So you need to open a little more than 10 cases to probably hit one of those numbered parallels. So it's possible, but basically I think you should expect to hit 12. Then we get into some of our case hits. We've got the Stella Nova here, which is, we do have a preview image of. These are a die cut insert, and you're actually going to get one, maybe a little bit more, 1.13 out of a case. So if you notice the pack odds, I think this is smart by Topps in the event that you do not hit one of these cards. It's one in every 241 packs. So there is a chance that you don't hit one of these out of a case, but given the numbered parallels, I think that you should, and maybe that the extra one is to take into account the fact that you might hit a numbered parallel. But regardless, you're basically going to hit one. You might get lucky and get two, but you'd have to get pretty lucky. The Supernovas are actually one in every 2 cases, actually. Now, this is what this looks like. Really good looking Shota. These are really fun. I've actually got an Acuna from last year that's at PSA right now. These are harder to hit. You would need to open 2 cases to get the base one. Now, there are some numbered parallels which bump up your odds a little bit, but it's going to be 0.64 cases. So we'll be curious to see if I get lucky and I'm able to pull one of these. Maybe, maybe not. The Starfractors, don't know what these are going to look like, but basically you're going to get 2. You should get one regular one out of here, but they're a little bit more common in terms of your numbered parallels, it seems. Must have a bigger checklist, but you're basically going to get 2. If you only get one, you got a slightly unlucky case, and hey, maybe Topps blesses you then with a Supernova. We'll see. Moving on to our autographs. Now, Cosmic is a unique set because Cosmic does not have guaranteed autographs. Now, your base autograph, this is your base card that just happens to have an autograph on it, you should see about one truly just base auto. Now, this is a non-numbered parallel, non-numbered auto. But then you've also got the green, the gold, the orange. Out of all of your base autos, you should see 2 to 3, basically. It is nice that some of these, the green, that's going to be out of 99. In most cases, 3 out of 4 cases will have a green. 1 out of 2 cases will have a gold, etc. So it's 2.6. So hopefully we get a good case and get 3 of those, but you might get a bad one and get 2. What's nice, though, is those aren't the only autos that you can potentially pull. You've got the Star Command autos, which that one is, you're going to get 0.74. 3 out of 4 cases are going to have a Star Command auto, basically. Launched into orbit also have autos. These don't have numbered parallel autos. If you get an auto, it's just an auto. These are pretty rare, but when you add this up, you're also going to, the odds between Star Command, Launched into orbit, and Solar Flare, you have the nice ability to pull some more autos. So 1 in 3 cases will have a Launch into orbit auto basically per odds, and then the Solar Flare autographs seem to be the rarest of the kind of regular inserts. That's 1 in 4 cases will have a Solar Flare auto in total. Just the base one, though, it's 1 in 5, but of course your numbered parallels make it a little easier to pull. Interesting thing, an interesting note on our pack odds here, Topps did not necessarily give us any information on the Planetary Pursuits as well as the Martian Attacks. Martian Attacks is a Jason Dominguez only insert set. I think it's fun and kind of quirky that Topps is doing this. His nickname obviously is the Martian. It's cosmic. It's a space-themed set, so it makes sense. But on the checklist, we didn't have this information, which I thought was kind of interesting. I'm not really sure why they're not on the pack odds, but they're not. Planetary Pursuits, you've got 1 for each planet, and then a number of players that are kind of a part of that, so you can kind of try and collect the whole run of them. As you get further away from the sun, it gets rarer and rarer. We don't know how rare because we don't have any pack odds, unfortunately. Maybe they'll update that in the future. But then in total, let's look here and see what you're going to get per case. So all in all, you've got all these are all the numbers that we had over there. If you add all of these up, which for me is where I think a lot about in terms of my rip and flip of where all of these cards are the type of cards that people are really going to want. They're the shiny ones, the nice ones. We're still going to have some nice base cards that we're interested in selling. If you saw my previous video, we said it was about 70 cards that are like solid players that probably will still demand something and some interest for just a base card. But for just our parallels or inserts, you're basically going to see 263 per case. So that's pretty solid. That's out of 12 boxes. So if you're looking on a just per box perspective, you're going to see 21, 22 inserts or parallels, which is pretty solid. That basically is every single pack. You're going to have a numbered card, an autograph, a insert, something cool basically. Cosmic is always one of the most popular sets because of this, because it's a really cool design. I wish that it was a guaranteed auto in every pack, or not every pack, I mean, that'd be sweet, but in every box. But I also recognize that the rarity of those autos helps keep those autos a little more expensive in the aftermarket, in the singles market. So I'll be very, very curious to see what we hit out of our case. Hoping that we have a good case. Autos, this is what I like to see. You should see about 4 autos per case. So 1 in every 3 boxes about should have an auto. If you get a bad case, you're going to get 3 autos most likely. If you get a good case, you'll get 4. Maybe you'll get lucky and get even more. But really, really excited for Cosmic. I've got this link to the stream pinned down below in the profile, wherever the heck it is. If you want to go pre-save that, it's going to be really good. I'll be giving away cards throughout the stream as well. Some of the base cards, some of the cooler inserts that maybe we hit duplicates of, things like that. Really, really excited. It's one of my favorite ways to engage in the hobby. Fun to rip the pack, fun to do things, and we'll see whether or not we make money. It was a $3,800 case, so without the base cards, without being able to sell some of those, and I know, an Ellie, a Skeens base card, that's going to sell for decent money. But at $3,800, you actually really, based on my previous video, really need to make about $4,200, $4,300 because of fees for selling all these cards. You're going to need to get a good amount of money. This is something that you may lose money on, you may make money on. When I did a rip and flip of regular Topps Chrome, I hit a Yamamoto Orange Auto. I made money because that was a huge hit. But had I not hit that, I would have lost a few $100. But that's the fun of it. That's the fun of the hobby. And I think this is a really, really fun way to occasionally rip some boxes, have the break style atmosphere on the page, while providing you with knowing that you're going to have cards that you're going to like and actually enjoy. So I'm super excited. I hope that you guys can join. Even if you're not interested in buying singles, come hang out. We love to talk baseball, love to check out the set. This is going to be one of the earliest looks at the set that you're going to get, as I said. So it should be really, really fun. I can't wait for it. Fingers crossed that FedEx comes through. No issues. It's on time. We're going to expect that and hope that they get that job done. So it's going to be a blast. I hope to see you guys there. Appreciate you guys watching, making it to this point, of course. If you're not already, subscribe, follow, all that jazz. It really, really helps for the comments and the engagement. It helps me grow, make more of this stuff, do more of this stuff, do more giveaways, fantastic stuff. So I appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will catch you in the next one.